When you walk through rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through fire, you will not be burned.
Yo, yo, yo! DJ Jairzinho in the building, another in conversation with. And today I have a very special guest. She comes all the way from Boston, Massachusetts. And I hope I got that word right because Massachusetts is a tongue twister. However, she's from Boston, a great singer, songwriter, known as the singing policewoman, would you believe? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only Kim Tavares.
He's there, right there.
Woo!
For all of your lifetime. Sing it with me.
Come on, come on. How you
We're
doing?
blessed to lay down, sleep, and wake again.
Jeez.
He's there. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
All of my
Jesse.
lifetime. Yeah, you good, you good.
Woo!
You're
Thank
here.
you.
You're
I'm
here in the UK. I hope you're not too tired. I know you just flown in not a few hours ago.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
good. How's the weather been treating you? We've got beautiful weather here in the UK right now.
Oh my goodness, it's been very hot in
Yeah.
Massachusetts and Boston as well.
Okay.
But we're right on the Atlantic Ocean, so we get a little bit of a breeze. But with so much population and so many cars, it's
Yeah.
just so hot.
Yeah.
You know, I just love the air conditioner. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, air conditioner. Well,
The aircon.
The aircon.
Aircon.
That's right. What do you call it?
Air conditioner.
Air
We have to
conditioner.
spell it
Okay.
out,
Well,
right.
it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yes, yeah. But
So-
otherwise, we're doing great.
Excellent. It's a pleasure to have you. It's been a long time waiting for me personally to actually meet you and get and have a quick conversation with you. And I know we can talk for hours. We've had, a few backwards and forwards talks. But today, right here on iLive UK, it's all about you.
Thank you.
So we know that you're in the country to perform at the Jazz Cafe, and you're going to be on the lineup with Dexter Wanzel, which is going to be an awesome night. Have you ever done the Jazz Cafe before?
Never.
You've never?
Never. Actually, this is my first performance in London.
This is your first performance, but you've been to London before.
I visited London years ago, like in 2015.
But performance-wise,
Performing, yeah.
Wow.
This is it.
Wow.
I did Manchester, Southport, did Birmingham, but this is the first time in London. In you're ready.
Do you know, have you got the goosebumps already?
I'm
Listen,
ready.
Be excited, get excited, stay excited, because, people are ready and waiting to hear you. And I know you are going to blow the roof off.
I can't wait.
I know you're going to do that.
Thank you.
So for those who don't know, and I know there's a lot of you out there that do know about Kim, but for those who don't know, right here on iLive, we like to highlight the artists and give them the exposure that they deserve. So I've known Kim for many years. But to you guys, Kim is going to tell you a little bit about herself, her bio, in a kind of encapsulated way.
Yeah.
How did it begin for you, and what brings you here to the present of what you're doing now?
Oh my goodness, we only have.
I know.
We get like 5 hours for this.
We'll do the extended version later.
We can make a documentary.
We can.
Well, first of all, I just want to say that I know my voice is a blessing from God.
Most definitely.
For me, I've always suppressed, my talent.
Yeah.
Because I've never taken any lessons. I would just sing by ear, and it started when I was a little girl, like 5 years old, and I would my older brothers and sisters, they had albums, vinyl.
Okay.
And I would sit there and listen at that time, to like Stylistics and of course Motown and the Sound of Philadelphia, and then you go into the 80s and you come up with the Gap Band and oh my goodness, you had the Temptations, the Gap Band, then you had the SOS Band, but there's so many what I would do is I would listen to the radio with the dial, and I would sit there and go up and down the dial and sing each song. It didn't matter which genre it was. So it could be classic rock, like one of my favorites is the Eagles.
Okay.
Love them.
All right.
Ambrosia.
Yes.
The Bee Gees.
Yes.
So I would go up and down the dial, country,
diverse, yeah.
soul, and I would just, emulate that artist, and then I would go all the way back down. So I have a love for all music.
Okay.
My family didn't know
Okay.
that I could sing. I was a shy girl, and
Right.
I guess I'm making up for it now.
Are you the only talented one in your family, or give me the backstory?
No, I don't want to say that.
No?
Everyone has their own talents.
Okay, of course, of course.
My mom.
All right, sorry. Let me take that back.
Okay,
I don't mean
okay.
talented as singer.
I am the. I do have some cousins.
Okay.
My sister sings, but she says she can't sing.
Right.
But for the most part, doing anything professionally right now in
Yeah.
my immediate family, I'm it, and they've always backed me, like since they
Awesome.
found out.
Wow.
Always.
Wow. Well, definitely you have a voice that is sent
Thank
from
you.
heaven. When I was first introduced to you, I was like, who is this? Where is she? How can I get in touch with her? X, Y, Z. And I had to I done my research extensively, to find out who you are, where to get your music from. And at the time, I was on another radio station. I didn't own iLive UK here, but I was playing it relentlessly, and people was calling up like, who is this? And
Wow.
I got to send a big shout out to Taxman as well, because Taxman
Yes.
has a lot to do with why you're here today as well.
Yeah.
Also, Ronnie C. Charles,
Ronnie
big
C.
your status up. Everybody that knows that you're here
Yeah.
and are behind you, I've got to big them up, because
Yes, definitely.
it's not that often that you find someone like yourself who is very talented. They kind of go under the radar, but there's a few presenters, DJs out there that make sure we hold on to these gems and make sure they get out to our general public, as it were.
I would have never known. I've been singing for years
Yeah.
and years, and taking care of family. I've always, and I had my two sons, and I
Yeah.
said, what do I look like being a professional singer? Well, I was a professional singer. I sung in a band for 13 years.
Right.
At lounges and bars and weddings.
Yeah.
But, I see these kids who go to college, and it's their dream and their passion to, have a degree in music. And then, I go to shows, and, I'm doing a live show somewhere, and they're
Right.
not. And I would say, I feel bad because, how come it's not them? But then I have to remember, why not me? And it's taken me these years to realize, like, Kim, like, life is short.
Yeah.
Not everybody has to love your voice, but as long as one person embraces it, or it helps someone, that's what I want my music to be about. I don't want to stick into one genre. I mean, I love ballads.
Yes.
But I love like dance music from the 80s, going into the 90s. But I don't want to be stuck inside of one box.
Right.
If I have music that sounds a little bit on the, classic rock, then
Yeah.
I may try to do that.
Yeah.
But I love my soul and R&B.
I think it's good that an artist can be diverse and has a varied range as well. So you can immerse yourselves in different genres. That gives you a bigger scope out there and more exposure
Exactly.
to different people.
Yeah.
So that's great. For me, your music has that spiritual sound to it, and it, like you said,
Yeah.
you can go into various different genres, but I still hear the lyrics first,
the
and
message.
That's
the
right.
message.
It's the message behind it.
Yeah.
So in reading a little bit of your bio, and again, this lady's from Boston, Massachusetts. So big up all those people over there in Boston. Singer-songwriter that is very sensitive and caring. Your conscious approach about life is clearly expressed through your amazing song lyrics. So
Yeah.
how much does lyrics mean to you? Because nowadays, I know you're a little bit old school,
Yeah.
all right?
Oh, yeah.
You're definitely old school.
Yeah.
Okay, so nowadays you've got a lot of people that sing about whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What's your opinion on the lyrical content and how important that is in a song?
It's important because it's the foundation. Because if you look back at, sometimes simplicity is better than all this,
Yeah.
all this noise
Mumbo
that's
jumbo.
going. It's
Yeah.
noise going on.
Yes.
I look back at the simple times, the simple things in life. Sometimes you want to be able to, if you have too much music or too much going on, people are going to lose the message that you're giving to them. And when you say, you know, spiritual, definitely is, because I want it to be inspirational. You know, I'm not just going to sit there, like, I'm not a writer who sits down and says, okay, me and Jairzinho just walked from the train station or the tube. I'm going to write about that.
Okay.
I need, you know, music, or unless it comes to me, then I can make the melody. But when the music is what comes to me, it almost tells me what it's supposed to say.
Okay.
And that's how Isaiah came about.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So on the back of that, what inspires you to sing?
What inspires me to sing is just everyday life. And my thing right now, I get so nostalgic, and I don't know if we do that in older age. You know, remember when?
Yeah,
I remember when. Kids look at you like, remember when? I'm going, you know, I don't.
You ain't lived
when.
yet.
Right. But you got to know that, like, what happens is, going back to those lyrics, it goes back to simple times. And now music comes back full circle, because now people are using samples from music from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Right.
You know, you're not finding out anything new.
No.
But when we listen to it, it was more up front. Right now, they're putting all that noise around it, but we can hear what's behind it. So I believe it's losing the message. And the other thing is, you know, coming here to the UK, finally finding a place that loves R&B, soul music, and not just what's fed to you on those radio stations that are being paid to play your songs every hour. So how do you know, as a listener, what you like if someone's force feeding it and you have to hear it?
That's right.
You know, so people are getting lost. They're just getting caught up in that moment, and they want to be part of that. But here, it's just totally different.
In the UK, there's more and more. It's becoming more and more apparent now. And a lot of the Europeans and the Americans, Canadians, they're looking to the UK and seeing that the presenters, the way we appreciate, love the music now, we push further. And also you have the World Wide Web.
Yes.
So this helps a lot. Social media. You've got all these platforms here that's doing the so-called the right thing for the independent artists, for the right type of music. And there's an abundance of artists, and I'm not saying they're all great and not all of them are going to get the exposure that they need to, but if here in the UK we're doing the right thing and around the world can see that, then we can be that blueprint for the rest of the world to let them know exactly how it's done.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it's not always about the payola. Yes, we know money makes the world go round and all of this, but sometimes you have to give back.
Yes.
Simple as.
You definitely have to give back. And for me, it's just the appreciation. You know, and for me, it doesn't matter, you know, who listens to me. You know, I don't care where you come from. I don't care where you live. I don't care, you know, what color you are. I don't care about any of that.
Okay.
If you appreciate good music, then, you know, that's all. That's what makes the world go round. You know?
Speaking of appreciating good music, now I'm going to speak of an album that got released in 2019 called My Story.
Oh, My Story.
My Story. And, you know, I'm going to go there with this.
Okay.
You was formerly known as Kim Tavares, and you are now known as Kim Tavares.
So.
Yes.
Yeah. So 2021. So I started writing the album. I didn't know I was writing an album. I actually wrote Isaiah.
Yeah.
And then when that took off, I'll tell you about that.
Yeah.
But my name is Kim Tavares, you know, government name on that birth certificate.
Right.
But my cousin, Jason Tavares, he is a Hollywood stylist. So he does hair for all the Love and Hip Hop, Princess Love, Cynthia from Atlanta Housewives.
Right.
He was supposed to be here with me this week doing my hair and makeup. And I said, listen, Jason, I said, if you get, you know, a job that's paying you, you know, the big one. He said, no, Kim, you know, I want to take care of you. My cousin has to look fly. I said, just do that job. So now he's in Jamaica filming Love and Hip Hop reunion with all of them. Yeah. But he goes by J Tavar.
Okay.
Right? So J Tavar. And I said, you know what, Jason? I said, let me, I want to use Kim Tavar.
Kim Tavar,
He's like, no. I said, and you're famous out there, and maybe I'll be famous, and we'll be the Tavars.
I hear that.
And so that's what I did, and it stuck. And Isaiah came out.
Right.
A friend of mine in Boston said, "Hey Kim, I know some DJs, a DJ by the name of Roger Williams in the UK. Want me to send him the song?" And I'm like, "Yeah, me being ignorant American, I'm just thinking the DJs in America aren't playing. You can't just send them a song and they're playing it."
Right.
But he sent it, and my phone started blowing up with like messages, and everybody from here wanted the song.
Yes.
So I wrote that song in October, November of 2020.
Okay. Yep.
That put a fire under me to write 9 more songs to release my story in March of 2021. So I wrote 9 of the 13 songs in less than 4 months. Yeah, I wrote all the songs on there, and just
so
you're just
like a lyrical machine that you're inspired. That once that inspiration comes to you, and you get those, I don't know how singers do it, but you get those lyrics and you conform something and get a melody, and then that's you're away with it.
Yeah, but before that would happen, I wouldn't show anyone or let anyone listen, because I've always heard that. Well, in America, the big companies are, oh no, you don't sound like this person. You gotta sound like that. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
What is that? I've never. People,
listen.
Let us know right in the comments below if you think that these big companies say that artists should sound like someone else. Do you think that's right, or do you think that's wrong? I'm definitely against that, because you're supposed to sound like whoever you are.
And the thing is, how many people, you tell them that crushes their dream.
It would.
And to say, you know what, I'm not going to put anything else out.
Right.
But for me, it's like, okay, I need to have, stuff out.
Yeah.
Whether whoever buys it, whoever doesn't. I just need it out there in the universe.
Indeed.
And the words and the songs just come to me. And, I have a style of writing. I write my hooks and my, the chorus first, and then I work around it. But I can never say I'm going to write about, this water bottle and how pretty blue it is. That's not going to work. And I don't force things. So it does happen naturally. Not that I work quickly, but if it's there, it's there. It works.
On that note, we are going to take a quick break and listen to one of these tracks off of my story that got released in 2020.
2021.
2021.
So
all right.
Just last year.
For me, it was 1990, because I heard it then. How? Don't ask. But yeah. So we're going to jump into that right now. Isaiah is the track.
Isaiah's the track.
All right. You're going to let us know how Isaiah came about and all that kind of stuff in just a little while. Take a listen, people. This is Kim Tavares in Conversation With.
What's up, people? This is Kim Tavares, and I've just stopped by to big up iLive Radio UK, who always supports musical artists and their music.
When you walk through rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through fire, you will not be burned.
We're blessed to lay down, sleep, and wake up.
lifetime.
Sing it, Jairzinho.
Oh, I love this. I
part
love
right
this.
here. That's why I know I owe my life to you. You gotta make it sound the same, right?
Okay.
That's why I know I owe my life to you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Isaiah. Isaiah, this is my favorite track of all time from yourself.
Thank you.
I know it's going to be hard for me. It's going to be hard to top it, but I can't wait when you get back in the studio and you start creating some more.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
other tracks off of there that comes close, but Isaiah is the one. How did that come about?
That came about with a friend of mine, Tony Lopes. He's a producer in Boston.
Right.
I said, Tony, send me some music that you have, and usually they'll know the style that I like. He'll send me something. Nope, that's not good. Nope, that's not good. This one, it was kind of hard for me because usually they'll have the intro, then maybe the pre-chorus or whatever, and then the verse. This was just a loop.
Okay.
So if you listen to this, it's just a loop.
That's
There's
right.
I said, I can't, what is going on here? I was sitting in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Sitting up in my room. So I was sitting there and I'm trying to think of this. What can I do? So I started thinking, when there's times you're going through hard times, you think you're never going to make it through. But then you come up with this strength and something helps you pull through. Times when you drag through the mud or drag through the fire and you just don't want to face anyone.
Yeah.
So I started writing that. And the song was going to be called All of My Lifetime.
Okay.
For all of your lifetime. For all of your lifetime. So again, I write with the hooks. So I started writing, just when you think that no one cares, he's there. Right there.
Yeah.
For all of your lifetime. So then I started with the verses and I'm like, what am I trying to say here? So I looked up through the fire and I looked up like drowning and making it out of situations. And it took me to Isaiah, I think it was 43:2 of the Bible.
Okay.
And mind you, I grew up, went to church and, sung in a choir here and there, but I didn't know the Bible left and right.
Okay.
So when I looked it up to good old Google,
Yeah.
it said, when you walk through fire, you will not be burned. When you go through waters or rivers, you won't drown.
Okay.
I was saying that already.
Isaiah.
Right. I said, this song has got to be called Isaiah, even though the name is not mentioned in there. Yeah. So to come up with that, it was just, wow, this is supposed to be that way. I don't know. It just came to me.
Did you just hear what she said?
And it is the total truth. I can see myself sitting in my room with my little notebook, and I still write things.
Okay.
With a pen. I
love that.
Yeah. So that's how that came about.
I love that.
And,
I love that.
Here we are, like a month later. Thank you.
Yeah, come on.
Thank you, everyone.
Give props where props is due, man. So there's another track, and it's not like Isaiah, but it goes to the total opposite spectrum. Moving 1990. Give us a backstory on that.
So this is how you know that good music never dies.
Right.
Moving, I wrote that song back in 2010.
Oh, gosh.
So we revamped it. So there is a DJ, a producer here by the name of The Realm, Manny the Realm.
Yeah,
Manny the Realm.
Okay.
So when Isaiah started taking off, I said, these songs were great, but nobody heard them. Now that I have the attention of people who appreciate good music, I need to bring this song back around. Manny, what can you do with this song? So Manny was like, he gave me a house version. He gave me a up-to-date version, and like a soul groove version, and then he gave me that 1990s version, and I'm all about the 1990s.
Okay,
and that was it.
Is this going to be one of the tracks that you perform at the Jazz Cafe?
I'm performing Moving at the Jazz Cafe.
Ladies and gentlemen, actually, Kim, introduce this one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here on iLive, it's Kim Tavares, and you are going to be listening to my song, Moving. Keep it moving. K-I-M. That's what it stands for.
K-I-M.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
But my girls are flaking. Said something came
so nice. We gotta play it twice. Keep it moving. This one here, Kim Tavares, Moving 1990. Love this.
Thank you.
Absolutely crazy. This reminds me of summer days.
Yep.
And the guys maybe out barbecuing, you know, I know over the US people roller skate to this maybe.
Yeah.
This is just a joyous
groove,
time.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a groove.
The 1990s.
1990s vibe.
Yeah, 1990s vibe. Love that.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, I love it.
There we go. We're keeping it moving right here. And do you know what? You mentioned it, but I didn't actually catch the KIM.
Yeah.
Keep it. I didn't.
Clever, right?
That is so clever. Listen.
That's what.
Anyway, I'm not going to go there because I might be just a bit dumb.
No, you're not. You're not dumb. It's in all my lyrics. It's this thing that I do. It's clever. Like you'll hear it in a couple of other songs that.
Okay.
You know, I put a lot of thought into it, but it just comes. Like I don't just put words in there just to make it rhyme or whatever. It's like it tells a story. That's why it's my story. It tells a story.
Yeah, I get it.
Keep
See,
it moving.
and until you get down to the nitty gritty and you speak with the artist on a level like this, then you get the backstory, which is her story, my story, the story.
Right. That's
Simple as that. Give us more of your story, because I mentioned earlier about the singing policewoman.
Yeah.
So apart from singing, what else do you do? What's your career?
So my career is, I'm a police officer in Boston. I've been a police officer.
Lock me up.
throw away the keys. Don't tempt me. Look, I just lost my train of thought right there. Sorry, everybody. I've been 21 years.
Go for it.
21 years I've been a police officer.
Right.
And again, not a job that I wanted to do, but I love working with people. I don't care what type of people they are.
Yeah.
And I didn't become a police officer until I was older, in age. I already had my son. So I was already a grown woman.
Yeah.
I wasn't a young, impressionable person. I already knew, right from wrong. Raised by a strict father household. I had my family there. I knew what love and unconditional love is. And I knew how, what real unconditional love is for anybody.
Yeah.
And when, to have empathy and sympathy for others. And I was singing in a live band for 13 years when I took the police exam. And whether I took the police exam and passed or not, I just tried it to see what would happen.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of failure. You got to try it. And I passed everything. And when I went into the academy, it's a lot of studying, lots of studying. You have a lot of physical running and, all that. There were 55 guys in the class and only 4 women.
Wow.
And, you know, going through that, I was in the band, and I said, you know, if I start failing in my grades, I'm going to have to, you know, stop singing in the band. And they found out I was singing in the band, and by the end of the academy, they all started coming out, and they had me sing at my academy graduation, the national anthem.
Oh, wow.
And since then, they've been using me, you know, for, you know, the Boston Red Sox, or the Boston Celtics, the New England Patriots.
That kind of goes hand in hand, because little did you know it kind of helps your singing career as well.
It did. It helped, and I was able to implement what I really loved, my passion, into my work. So
amazing.
You know, we all have stressful jobs, and no one can say like, oh, my job is more stressful than the other. It just depends on the person.
Right.
But what I do have is music.
Yes.
You know, is my safe place, and it's a place that I know that no matter what language you speak, music is like love. It's universal. You know how many times you go to a concert in a different country and nobody speaks English, but they know every word? It's because they feel it and they understand it. Yeah. So I implement my music into, you know, my everyday work.
Fantastic.
You know? So that's what I do.
And listen, I'm going there with you, because it's not just singing. Her career being a policewoman, it's not just that, but you also do a bit of acting as well.
They're gonna say this girl is crazy. She don't know what she wants to do.
Screen Actors Gold?
I'm in, yes. So I'm a part of the Screen Actors Guild. So that is SAG. They call it SAG-AFTRA, and it's what every, you know, what are the big like Denzel Washington or whatever, any actor that you see on TV in the United States. I don't know if here you have another guild. They're part of the Screen Actors Guild.
Wow.
And it takes years and years to get that to become.
Okay, so here I'm coming at you. Is there anything, known or unknown, that we can look for? You know, obviously it might be in the past. Go on.
I have a couple of things. So my first, when I was doing auditions in this, if you go on YouTube, and look up Allison and Joan. Allison and Joan, and it's called Pill Pack.
Okay.
So it was a commercial for Pill Pack, and it's almost you know, you have your pharmacy where you get your medicine, and say your family, you know, your mom or dad may not be able to go to the grocery store, and the kids aren't around. Right. They deliver, you know, the medication, and it's in these easy open packs for the, you know, with the times on it.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So the casting agency, who's done hundreds of movies, famous movies, you know, there was an audition, and they were looking for like someone in their 40s, African American, and a mother in their 70s. I'm like, well, I can't do this. My mother, you know, my mom's passed away, but I didn't realize they didn't need you and your mom to go. They want just someone to play the role. Okay. So I pull up to the casting building, and there's about 200 women, you know, young and old, and I'm in the car, and I was like, what am I doing here? The
competition.
I swear, I said, what am I doing here? I'm on a day off. I could just find my friends and go out and get something to eat. And so I went in and I auditioned, and this is the other thing. It's a passion, and it comes natural for me. But to see others who study, and they're studying their lines, and, you know, we're all sitting there, and I'm like, oh, you know, I feel bad. So I go in and I read. And then I leave, and I'm in the car trying to figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of the day.
Just forgot about it.
And then the phone rings, and they want me to come back in. I'm like, oh God, what did I do? So I go in, and then all the girls that are, you know, lined up, they're probably like, why is she coming back in here? So I go and read again. And when you get these roles, when, you know, when the producers or the directors, they pick you like within a couple days. Okay. So I left, and 2 days later, you know, they said that they loved me. And what happened is the producer and the director were there. A lot of times since COVID now, they're doing self-tapes. Okay. So you have to sit there with the backdrop, send it in, so no one can really get your aura and how you are.
Understand it.
That day, I got to meet, you know, you walk in, hi, I'm Kim Tavares, and you sit down and you get in front of the camera and you do what you're supposed to do. Right. So if you go to YouTube, it's Pill Pack, and it's me and this other lady who's playing my mom. And when the commercial came out on, it's on YouTube. People think that's my mom, and I'm her daughter.
So Here's another plug, and this is what we do right here, okay? Not only is she a great singer, like I said, policewoman, but a budding actress.
Yeah,
You've got to be politically correct.
Actress.
You can actress,
Yeah, you can
okay?
say both, yeah.
Right, there you go. So check her out, and especially here in the UK, we're got an abundance of great talent that's coming up, and we look overseas as well. You know, like I said, we use the World Wide Web, so why not feature the great Kim Tavares
Thank you.
in your movie, show, commercial, whatever it may be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's get it going.
Let's speak it into
Let's
existence.
speak it into existence, exactly.
I appreciate that. I do.
So we spoke about My Story, the tracks that's on there. We definitely know we've got to keep saying Jazz Cafe, you know, that's going to be phenomenal. By the time this goes out, actually, you guys would have full joyed Kim Tavares in all her glory. And big up Mr. Onzel as well. Dexter Onzel.
Yeah.
There's also a DJ down as well, DJ Fitzroy Pace or Peace
it's
or something.
Fitzroy.
Yeah,
DJ
Fitzroy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all those people that's been down there, if you full enjoyed it and you're watching this back now, you know it was an amazing night. Speaking it into existence again.
Thank you.
There we go. So we spoke about the My Story. You've got a track called 1 + 1 Don't equal 3.
Yeah.
Speaks for itself.
Speaks for itself.
Right. So you, in your train of thought, 1 + 1 doesn't equal 3. I've listened to the lyrics and yep, I get it.
Yeah.
For those people that don't understand what that is about and the significance of it, can you explain that to them, please?
Yeah. So so this is after My Story. You know,
Yes.
I'm on fire now.
You
right?
on
And I
fire.
said, you know what? Let me now get a single out there. So a couple of the songs on My Story. I used a producer, DJ Moore 10 out of Sweden.
Yes.
John Remnius.
Okay.
He did not Love Me For Me. He did Tears Fall.
Yeah.
And Thank You.
Okay.
And I told him to come up with something, you know, something a little bit more sounding like the SOS band.
That's right.
He comes up with that, and I came up with 1 + 1 don't equal 3. Now that's not proper English, you know. It's because 1 + 1 doesn't equal 3. But this is a song.
I hear it.
But in anything, 1 + 1 doesn't equal 3. So I'm like, okay, 1 + 1 is sure don't equal 3. Made those vows between just you and me.
Yeah.
My daddy foot the bill, because you know your daddies are paying for the wedding. My mama's sad, but I'm the best thing that you know you ever had. And then I just went on from there. I said, oh, this has to be fun. And then my brother's after you, and you know, sign the name. You know, all these things you go through in relationships. No, I won't cry, but you know, knowing you will cry.
Indeed.
You know, but it's just a little catchy tune.
So you mentioned something about the SOS band.
Yes.
Straight away, as soon as I heard this track, immediately I thought of the SOS band.
Sound I love.
What do you think? Take a listen.
Just you. Hi, this is Kim Tavares, and you're listening to iLive UK, changing the way you listen to music.
Yes, indeed, indeed. If you've only just clicked in this part, why you need to rewind back and get the backstory of my story from Kim Tavares. Simple as that, okay? Kim Tavares, again, like, you are awing me right now.
Oh.
The information that you're giving me, you know, you've filled in all those missing blanks. And I'm sure you've done the same for a lot of the people that's watching this right about now.
I hope so.
So, moving forward from 1 + 1 doesn't equal 3. You've got your back catalogue. We've had pandemic. You've come out of that. Is there any plans for you moving forward? Oh, before I go there, actually, 2021, in the midst of the pandemic, you joined Digital Jukebox.
Yes.
Right. Digital Jukebox.
Records, yep.
Yeah. Give us the backstory, because I know there's a few artists on there, and
Yeah.
I was surprised to see the great, well, not so, I shouldn't say surprised. I'm talking about surprise, but
I was surprised to see me.
I was surprised in a sense that it was there, but also grateful that someone had recognized you in that sense. So give
Most
us,
definitely.
what's this about?
So this is all 2021.
Yeah.
So the album was released 2021. DJs, again, I'm doing interviews left and right, you know, from the United States. One of my best interviews too is Miss Ouch. You know,
Miss Ouch, yes.
Oh yes, I
Yes,
love her to
of
death.
course,
Oh,
yes.
kind spirit.
Big up Miss Ouch.
Yes, definitely. But it was so many DJs I was interviewing with, and Frenchie,
Yes.
was one of the DJs,
Right.
And did a few interviews with him. And for me, I'm always trying to reinvent. You know, when I did my story, I'm like, okay, that album's there, now
Mm-hmm.
move on. I had so many more songs to put out. I said, let me do 1 + 1, and then start working from there.
Okay.
Now here comes the fall of 21. I'm like, what can I do? Christmas is coming. You got to start getting your Christmas songs, you know, done in the summertime.
Yeah.
Then maybe I can remix some of the songs into like some of the slower songs into jazz, more of a contemporary jazz. You
Okay.
know, that's always in my mind. Then I reached out. I said, I need to reach out to the DJs who interview
That's right.
me. It's about networking. And Frenchie's like, well, I have a friend of mine who owns a record company. I was like, oh, record company. I was like, okay. And he said, Mark Anthony. I was like, okay, get me in touch. So we go through and he does, you know, does his background. He's like, yeah, I think I could sign you, distribution deal or whatever. And then, you know, we've just worked from there. But just before I signed,
Yeah.
again, it's about networking. And Roger Williams said, Kim, you should reach out to Preston Glass.
Okay.
Now, Preston Glass is a Grammy award-winning producer. He wrote Who's Zooming Who, Aretha Franklin, so many more artists. And he wrote for Chubby Tavares from the Tavares
Yes.
brothers, the group.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, if you're looking, you know, for a writer, because I really like to write. If you have any projects, let me know. He said, hey, I'm writing Chubby's next album.
Awesome.
Can you write a song to? I was like, yes, give it to me.
Of course.
So now I'm writing this song, and he said what Chubby wanted it to be called was A Pair Beats a Full House.
Hey.
And if you play, I guess at poker, I don't think a pair beats a full house,
Right.
right? But in love, we were trying to make it like a pair beats a
I
full
get it.
house with us.
I get it.
Or that's what I made it into.
Yeah.
And I was recording it. He said, don't worry about how it, you know, sounds. So I'm on my computer and I send it and they love it. And it's you. So I have writing credits now with Preston Glass, Kim Tavares, thank you, and Chubby Tavares.
Yeah.
So I've written with Grammy Award winning producers. And now, you know, moving on to Digital Jukebox Records, I'm on the label with Dexter Wansell, you know, the living legend.
Yep.
The Sound of Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
Who else is on Loose Ends?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The great Carl McIntosh.
McIntosh.
Yeah.
Yes, there's just so many others. D Shy, a rapper out of Birmingham. Who else is on there? Another reggae artist. She's on there. I forget what her name is. I can't think right now. Because there's so many. But I'm on there as well.
100%.
Like, wow. So we've been we did the remix for Tired was one of my songs that I wrote back in 2010.
Yes.
It was on My Story. So we
Is that one that will be featured at the Jazz Cafe?
Yeah, Jazz Cafe.
Okay.
Yep. So we put that out. Actually, got a CD here for you.
Yeah.
Want me to leave a few of them? You
make sure you sign it. Yeah.
I will.
Let's show that to the camera nice and clearly. Look at this.
That's Tired.
That's come all the way from Boston, Massachusetts, yeah? This is the track Tired, Do You Hear Me? And also this is partly featured on our, because we have you as our artist of the week.
Oh, that's this week.
That's this week. This week you are our artist of the week.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
And the artist of the week actually runs for 2 weeks. So those who missed it this week will full enjoy it next week as well. So our artist of the week, ladies and gentlemen.
I love
our artist of the week.
I might not want to leave here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So so under Digital Jukebox Records, we did this. Mark remixed it, and it's been doing really well. You know, very nice cover here, and the artwork, and just working on more stuff. Writing, getting ready to release some more music. In the near future.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So as I said, going forward, the future is bright for you. I can see that already, and we always speak things into existence, into the atmosphere. Is there anyone that you would like?
Babyface.
Okay, you know I was going to go with that.
I don't care what you was going to say. I'm going to say Babyface.
Wow.
Yes.
Why?
But see, I think
that's a silly question. Why? I know people say like, Jairzinho, what do you mean why? It's obvious.
Some of the people felt like, who is Babyface? But I think I'm a female Babyface. I just don't know.
Yo, okay.
This is where I get coming up. You know, when he was with The Deal, and I feel as though that's how my style of writing is. And I love Luther Vandross. You know, God rest his soul. But those styles are where the ad libs are sometimes better than the main part of the song.
Right.
I like to listen to a song over and over again because you never know. You hear something now in the background, or you hear that, you know, that harmony. You hear that, you know, that one la la la. Oh, yes. But Babyface, definitely. A lot of others, but I would love to work with Babyface, and not singing one of his songs, but maybe even writing with him.
Do you know anyone that knows Babyface?
You know what? What's that thing that they say?
Where I'm going, that's where I'm going. 6 degrees of separation.
See how we're thinking the same? I know it's crazy how I know lots of people that know other people, but when you think about it, I think it just has to be the timing. Like,
this is true as well. It's about the timing as well, because the alignment it's almost like sorry to go in this, but I known someone all my life, and I hadn't seen them since, like, as you would call kindergarten. Nursery for us here in the UK. And it's not until I flew thousands of miles across the globe and then met them at the location that I was, and I was like, how does that actually happen? It's like it's the timing. It was meant to be. It's meant to be.
And I don't want to force anything. You know, and if the timing is right or the networking is right, if it happens, it happens. But what I'm doing is I just love that style, you know, of music. Everything that he touches. If I hear something, I'm like, wait a minute. I think
he's had a hand in that.
Had a hand in that, you know. But definitely other artists. To me, they don't have to be this famous person.
Nope.
It doesn't matter to me. Yeah. You know, to collaborate with someone, you never know, because someone has to give others a chance.
Indeed.
You know how everyone starts out, you know, somewhere.
So, ladies and gentlemen, artists out there worldwide, you're watching this right now, and you can hear the tones, the range that this lady can go, the different genres that she's interested in. If you want to work with her, where can they hit you up?
So, Facebook, Kim Tavares Official.
Okay.
www.kimtavares.net is the website.
Yep.
Digital Jukebox Records.
Yep.
So all on social media, Instagram, you'll find me, Kim Tavares.
She's there. Just type it in, Kim Tavares. It's what I done. And here we are now. So you can do the same. If you want to work with this lovely lady, you know, make it happen. We put things out into the atmosphere, like I said before.
And even again, writing for artists. And and the thing is, like, let's just take who's hot right now, who's always hot is Beyonce.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's say she heard a couple of my songs and they get in touch with you. Yeah. I'd want to be a songwriter on something that, you know, no problem. So it's not about me, oh no, this is my song and you can't have it, or you can't, you know. this is what I want to do because I can write from anywhere.
Fantastic.
And I take my instrument with me wherever I go.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to jump into another track. This particular version now, Digital Jukebox, do the right thing and send me this track because we want to blast it hard here at iLive UK. This track will be performed, but not this particular one. There's another version of it, okay?
Yeah, so this was from My Story.
Yeah.
And then, so just like with Tired, Mark remixed it, it's fire. And Trippin Together, it's more of a groove or whatever. But, you know, nothing like, there's always an original,
Most
but the
definitely.
remix is fire.
Okay, let's get into this.
Don't you wanna go? Yeah. Don't you wanna go? Trippin' together. Oh, yeah. Don't you wanna go? Don't you wanna go? Come with me. Trippin' together. Who wants to go with me on a vacation? Pack up your bags, get away from the grind. It seems like the world is all stuck in their places. Let's be creative and go in our mind. Boston, Big Apple, DMV, Steel City, Georgia, Peach, Lone Star, and the Big Easy. Chi-Town, Detroit, Yellowstone, and Sin City, Golden State, and all of Canada too. Trippin' together, don't you wanna go? Trippin' together, don't you wanna go? Trippin' together, trippin' together. Trippin' together, don't you wanna go? Trippin' together, don't you wanna go? Trippin' together, trippin' together. Now that we crossed over the big Pacific, Sydney, Manila, Tokyo, and Seoul, Beijing, the Great Wall of China, New Delhi, Bethlehem, Moscow, Antarctica too. In Africa, Egypt, Sahara, Botswana, Johannesburg, Ghana, and Cape Verde too. Peru, Guyana, and Rio de Janeiro. We cannot forget our Caribbean queen. Trippin' together, trippin' together, trippin' together, trippin' together, trippin' together. Don't you wanna go? Trippin' together, don't you wanna go? Trippin' together, trippin' together. In Paris, the Eiffel Tower is so pretty. Even the ruins we see down in Rome. Spain, Portugal, Ireland, but the UK. That's where I get to see all of my friends. They play the music that keeps us all grooving. This is a feeling I don't want to end. Across the Atlantic, I'm now back in Boston, and I cannot wait to go tripping again. Tripping together, come with me. Don't you wanna go? Tripping together, tripping together. Come go with me. Tripping together, don't you wanna go? Tripping together, come on. Don't you wanna go? Tripping together, come on. Tripping together. Tripping together, come on and go. Tripping together, don't you wanna go? Tripping together, tripping together. Tripping together, don't you wanna go? Don't you wanna go?
Come on, y'all.
Sing it.
Trippin' together, don't you wanna go? Don't you wanna go?
Perfect.
Kim Tavares, ladies and gentlemen, Trippin' Together. That particular version is on the My Story album, okay? So what I think I'm going to do, all right, the My Story is no longer available.
No.
Right. You can't get it nowhere.
Not yet. Yeah. Not well. Yeah, it's not available for download anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So can I be cheeky and say for one particular person out there, we give them a CD?
Sure.
Can we do that?
Most definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all about giving.
All right. Okay. So, on the spot, on the fly, I'm going to think of a question. Okay.
Okay.
And However, this is going to work because I know you're watching this and it's a recording right now, okay? It's out there, right? So in the comments below, what you have to do is, what year did Kim Tavares start recording as an artist? Did we mention that in? I think we did. I think
not when I first start. You mean for this?
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. All right. Let's start this again.
Actually, I did say something.
Okay.
Because I said I wrote those songs a while ago.
There we go.
I did say a year.
Right. So she mentioned a year. All right. Let's see how good these viewers are if they're gonna go back and they're gonna watch it.
Let me see.
So,
this is the year. I'm gonna show you so you can see it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look. So
away from the camera?
Yeah, just directly at me is fine. Okay.
Here.
So yep, exactly. We said that.
I said that.
Okay. So
with moving.
Yes. Oh, get away. So if you want this exclusive, it's no longer available. Okay. So it's a very rare gem. You can get this particular album. Let's show it to them. Okay.
It has the plastic on it still.
Yep. Okay. We might open it and get her to sign it, but we'll talk to you, whoever the winner is. Okay.
Yeah.
Put the year in the comments below, and the person that wins will get themselves a signed copy of this. Yep. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, I think I know we can talk for hours, but you know, we've got time limits, and again, I want you to full enjoy yourself whilst you're here in the UK, London. Get to see whatever you can see, and most definitely come tomorrow night and Saturday night. Enjoy yourself immensely at the Jazz Cafe. Gratefully, the tickets has been selling very well.
Yeah.
And again, it's like I'm speaking in past, pre and past tense here.
Because it was a great show.
Yeah, it was a fantastic show. Did you enjoy it? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, just enjoy.
I will.
And
Thank you so much.
do everything you can do. It's been a pleasure.
Goodness. Thank you for having me.
Most definitely. I think we're going to leave with a really nice, impactful song. And again, to all the listeners that don't know Kim Tavares, get to know Kim Tavares right here on iLive UK. Is there any last words, any thoughts that you'd like to pass on to your listeners? Anyone that's thinking about getting into the industry?
Oh, yeah. Listen, never let anyone dim your shine.
Right.
Never give up. It doesn't matter what age you are, you know. And if you do a regular job that you go to on your 9 to 5 and you have a passion, implement that passion into whatever you do. I mean, it can make a difference in, you know, your happiness. And we know that has to, if you're stressed out, it takes a toll on you physically. So just write down your thoughts sometimes and listen to music. Listen to Kim Tavares.
Hey. What we're going to leave with? What we're going to leave them with? You know what?
This song is the first song on my story, and it's called "Love Me for Me," and it's what doesn't matter, man, woman. You just want to be loved for who you are. You know, nothing more, nothing less.
Kim Tavares, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jairzinho.
We all wanna see change. It's so sad that we won't change. How can we sit back and let this kind of behavior reign? us learn from the past. How can we sit back and let this kind of behavior last? When you look at me, what do you see? I see a girl in a shallow world who's trying to find her way. Love me for me and not what your eyes wanna see. Love me for me. Don't judge me. And I see that man trying to work as hard as he can, only to be let down because his skin is brown. So he says, love me for me and not what your eyes wanna see. I won't judge you so. Don't judge me. Love me for me. Love is all we need. Black, white, brown, straight or gay, I'm gonna love you anyway. We're all the same, and the world ain't gonna get no better playing games. No, no, love, love.
Live Radio.